Women's Business Center presents The Edge Roundtable Discussion, brought to you by Indigo PR and Atlas Electrical and Air Conditioning.
You know, along with the dress, I think one of the things that I'm taking as I listen to your conversation is that I don't think that there is any subject or any issue that you cannot communicate well. I think what I see one of your success is your communication style, because you're sensitive, you have respect, and the way you probably communicate about any issue. I don't think that you have any problems. You know.
Thank you. I think that comes with a lot of trips to Washington. I'll never forget a time to show you how that can come back to bite you. Our Dr. Kennedy, who is head of our Educational Foundation of Washington, called me one day and he said, "Joe, there are going to be some leaders from across the country that are coming to Washington, 3,000 of them, for education for plumbers, for technical educators." He said they want to know if you'll do 15 minutes on our industry and what the good points are. And I said, "Sure, Dr. Kennedy, I'll do that." And he said, "Fine." Well, I got an email 10 minutes later that said, "Thank you for being our keynote speaker." I expect you to talk for 60 minutes and take 20 minutes of questions. The phone rang right away. It was Dr. Kennedy. He said, "Oh my God, what did I just do to you?" And I said, "That's okay. Get the bullet points ready and up." And it went off really well because what I did, I only had 1 day's notice on this to fly to Washington. Yeah, 1 day's notice, and I flew to Washington. And there's this huge mob of people out there, and I took a deep breath, and I said, "You know what? There's a lot of things you want to know, and there's a lot of things I want to hear. So we're going to have a conversation for an hour, and you're going to tell me as I go along what you would like to know about the industry." So I started it off, and the questions just kept pouring and kept pouring. We did an hour and 30 minutes without blinking.
God, I would have loved to have been there. I
It was
inspired by you.
And everybody came up to me and said, "Would you come back next year?" And I don't know, call PHCC and see what they plan for me for next year. But I actually enjoyed it, and I learned as much from them about what the technical educators were up against out there as I did about what I gave them.
So, Joe, for the women that are watching at this time, what will be something that you can let them know, or something that you can teach them, like 1, 2, 3 things that they can pick up with you?
I think first get all of the knowledge you can possibly get about what you're going to go into. It's always better if you know most of the answers and most of the things that you're going to be up against. I think that's vital. I think it's also vital that you make sure you are well backed on whatever you're going to do. Make sure don't just have enough money for 3 months and then you're going to have to shut it down because you couldn't succeed in 3 months. Because success, trust me, takes a lot longer than that. Have a good plan. Have a business plan that tells you this is where I'm going to be today and this is where I want to be at the end of the year. And do it every year. Do a good business plan that shows you. And then also have a passion for what you're doing. Love it. Know you're going to love it whether it's on a downside or an upside, because definitely a lot of the years here are downsides. They're not all rosy out there. I mean, 2 years ago we had the worst year we ever had. This year we're having one of the best years. Yes.
2010 was
horrible. It was horrible. And it's because construction is just, money gets tight, banks come up with policies that nobody can live with. Now things seem to be running more of a normal scale. I think we should do a normal year or even above normal this year. I think those are the things you need. And be willing to fail a little bit and move on and move ahead. Get your priorities straight. Try as much as possible to control debt, because debt will kill you.
And never quit.
And never quit, no matter what.
Joe, thank you so much for having us. It's been such a pleasure. You know, they told me that I was gonna fall in love with you. Well, I have. now I'm obsessed.
Okay, that means I'll see a lot of you.
You will. So to everyone out there, thank you for being with us. Look forward to educating you some more on these incredible women that we have here on the edge. And all we're trying to do is we're inspiring you and motivating you to go for it. Because whatever it is that you can vision and whatever your passion is inside, you can make happen. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.